If y'all saw me in my last vlog wearing this outfit sitting in the exact same spot, you did not. Hey friends, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be me doing a vlog, and it's part of my bigger vlog series, second to last one actually. I'm kind of sad. If you guys have been following me since last year, last October, I started reading the Vampire Academy series by Richelle Mills, and I am now on the 5th book / second to last book, and that is Spiritbound. I haven't started this book. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna read it during my lunch and I decided against it today. Today was a TikTok day. But I do plan on reading it probably like tonight or something. Like later tonight when I get some time to finish editing a little bit. The other vlog is going up before this vlog. So I'm probably going to go ahead and read that. But if you guys haven't been following me along in this series, I will leave the first vlog link down below for y'all. I also leave my playlist for reading vlogs somewhere here or in the end card, so you guys can take a little peek at it later. If you guys haven't heard of Vampire Academy, this is a YA paranormal fantasy following young Rose Hathaway as she is part of a line of half vampires known as the Dhampir, who are set to kind of protect the pure-blooded vampires, the Moroi. Now, her best friend is a Moroi and she's set to protect her, and the two of them are brought back to the school after 2 years of going away because of some mysterious force that had driven them off the campus. This is the 5th book. This will cover a lot of spoilers, so warning now if you have not read them but plan on it, or if you are like in the middle of the series and don't want to hear spoilers. I try not to give the synopsis very many spoilers, just in case you are, you know, trying to figure out if you want to read it or not. Yeah, so this book is going to be covering, I believe, Rose's return from Siberia and the effects of that, and I think she's going to try to find a way to change Dimitri. Hi. To change Dimitri back into a Dhampir rather than keep him as a Strigoi, which is like the evil vampires who drink blood until they die, and so the person dies, and are just there for bloodlust and to murder and to cause havoc and mayhem. Let's get into it.
Yourself in the mirror, maybe then you'll see it clearer. It seems like overnight, it all changed when I closed my eyes. I woke up and something didn't feel right, no. It feels colder on your side, ever since we crossed that line. Tell me, was it all a lie, or did you change your mind? Did you change your mind? Tell me, did you change your mind? Wish you'd come through.
Alright, it is now Monday night. I haven't had a ton of time, oh, my feet are dry, to vlog or really read during the past week. Last week I got a new tarot deck set. If you guys follow me on Goodreads or even on Twitter, you've probably seen the fact that I got this new deck, and I was like, oh, it's a cute little guidebook. I can just flip through it in 2 days and be back on my reading. This guidebook was 300 pages long. It had like paragraphs of description for each of the cards, which I appreciate since I'm still like somewhat new, and sometimes like the short, quick descriptions for the cards don't do it for me. My brain's like, I get it, but I don't. So that helped a lot, but that meant I finished reading the book on Saturday. But on the bright side, I'm almost 200 pages through the book, Spiritbound. It's been interesting so far. We get to see Dimitri stalk Rose. He sends her letters all the time, being like, oh yeah, once you're out of the academy walls, you will be mine. And then they're planning on breaking out Victor, if you guys, who from the first book was the main antagonist. And in doing so, they do manage to break him out because they're trying to find a way to heal Strigoi. And the theory right now is that since steak, like the thing, not the food, are the ones that are there that are combined, used to like created since steaks are created combining all 4 elements, it kills the Strigoi. But since the spirit users, the ones like Lissa and Adrian and then Victor's brother, are spirit users who are meant to like heal and are technically, I think, in this world more powerful than all of the users or the other elementals. If they create a stake with spirit in mind, it'll be created with all 5 elements, and the healing aspect of spirit can reverse the effects of Strigoi and bring him back from the undead. Now the issue is they have to go to Vegas, and because it's not like the court or even the school where there are awards and protections, Dimitri came popping out, and we get to see them kind of fight for the first time, and Rose is still trying to save Dimitri and, you know, give him a chance at coming back. Now Eddie, who is a fan favorite, and I love Eddie, this Eddie, not Daisy Jones and the Six Eddie, from the books, like I love Eddie from the books. I think he's a very sweet character. He is on this mission because he wants to help Rose. Rose is a friend, he's very protective of Rose, and so he goes on this mission not knowing what happened, and then when he finds out, he's like, no, this isn't Dimitri anymore. You have to give this up because it's just, it'll put you at risk. It'll put Lissa at risk. It'll put all of us at risk if you see Dimitri and you can't finish him off, or you stop one of us from finishing him off. And that's kind of where I left off. I'm on chapter 11. I might read a little bit more tonight. I kind of want to write out some reviews and some video ideas tonight. I stayed at home today. I wasn't feeling well. So it's only like 7:30, so I could probably write a review in an hour and then read for the next hour, and go from there, because I don't feel like writing too much. I've been too sad to write, and yes, but we'll see how I'm feeling, because thankfully I don't have to cook today. I'll cook tomorrow. Do this laying down. It is now Thursday. Meow Thursday. I have read a ton of the book. I'm like a good chunk of it, and to give you the down and dirty details from where I left off, Rose was being punished and couldn't go on a trip to see Lehigh, I think is how it's pronounced, which is the college that she and Lissa want to go to, or Lissa wants to go to. Lissa and Christian end up going, and during the time that they're gone, Rose is pulled into a meeting with the council that kind of just asks her some random arbitrary questions that she answers. Then it turns out that Lissa and Christian are attacked by Strigoi, specifically Dimitri, looking to capture Lissa and Christian to lure Rose out. They take Rose and do that whole shebang of the fight, and then Lissa takes a stake and infuses it with spirit and manages to stab Dimitri, which effectively brings him back into a Dhampir. Now Dimitri's locked up because they don't know how much of like being a Strigoi, the Strigoiness, have like stayed with him, and they don't know if they can trust him. He doesn't want to see Rose anymore because he did awful things to her, which makes sense. And Rose is like, why are you doing this? I love you, we said we could be together. But then she's also like with Adrian, which at this point I'm like low-key, like I love Dimitri, I do, but at this point Adrian is just so good that I want Rose and Adrian to end up together, just because Adrian is just so good. Like Dimitri to me is still a little bit iffy. I mean, like I get the whole Strigoiness of it all, so I'm like, I understand why, but I'm just like, I'm just like, for him to like not even want to like apologize to her about the entire ordeal and be like, I'm sorry, I love you, but I can't be with you, the guilt is too much, something, than him being like, no, I did horrible things to you and I'm never looking you at again. And then for him to like completely snub the fact that they only knew about the whole stake and the spirit thing, going, maybe healing Strigoi and turning them back into Dhampir, is because Rose stuck her neck out and did all the research and did all the studying and the learning to try and find a way to bring him back. And he's like, no, I owe my life to Lissa because she's the one who did it. And it's like, but Lissa wouldn't have known had Rose not done the work, which is where I'm like, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, you being rude. You being so rude, and Adrian deserves someone, and Rose deserves someone who is not rude to her like that, and that is Adrian. And then they're pulled into a council meeting announcement that basically states that they are lowering the age of Dhampir to become a guardians from 18 to 16, which all the guardians are not happy with because these are children. Literal children that you're throwing off in there because they need to fill rank. And they use Rose's own words against her, the one she answered, basically saying that she isn't, they have raised such great guardians because Rose and Dimitri exist. And Rose is like, no, I am an exception. We are exceptions. Like, these are children. Like, yes, we need more ranks, but these are children. They will not be ready to fight Strigoi. They will not have the emotional maturity, the understanding, like, I am an exception. My ability to kill these things at a young age was not because the training's gotten better, it's because I had a good trainer. That's kind of where we're at with the book right now. I've been so bad at vlogging this experience solely because it is like that time of the month, and I am beyond like drained of any form of capacity to do anything. Like, I tried to film B-roll, I tried to make the really nice aesthetic TikTok-y looking B-roll, and instead I forgot to hit record in a lot of situations. I'm sure you guys have probably saw like what I was able to salvage and work with, but I forgot to hit record on a lot of scenarios in that situation. So only editing Therese will know. The week got away from me, so it is now Thursday. This vlog should have been done and uploaded and ready to go for tomorrow, today, yesterday really. So that's just where I'm at with my week. It has not been a good week for me energy wise. I have just been dead to the world. I have a cat. He's just chilling. I've managed to plan other videos but not work on this one, so it's just a time. But I think the rest of the video will probably be me reacting live to what is actually happening to the book. But it's just, I don't know. Like, as I said, I love Dimitri. I love him. I think he is such a dynamic and well-written character, and I understand it, but at the same time, like, I get he's like traumatized. But at the same time, for him to not even acknowledge that Rose did all the work to get him back, that Rose put her ability to be Lissa's guardian on the line, to somehow bring him peace when he was a Strigoi, that Rose put her ability to be a functioning guardian in the front lines protecting the people she cares about on the line to break Victor out and try to learn more about how the spirit and the stake works for her, and for, I don't know, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I get it, I understand it, that he is like reeling from this very traumatic experience and this very heartbreaking moment when he realizes that he has damaged the person that he loves, that he has done physical harm to her. I get it, but at the same time, part of me is just like, the least you could do is just say, I'm sorry and thank you. He keeps saying that he is indebted to Lissa and that he owes his life to Lissa because she was the one, but Lissa wouldn't have had that knowledge had it not been for Rose. So like, I know that they're like the main couple, that the fact that Rose is still pining over Dimitri doesn't mean that Adrian is gonna win this like love, like very skewed love triangle. But I just want, like, that's all I want from Dimitri, is for him to acknowledge at least that Rose did the work. She didn't have to do that. She could have just left him. and it could have just been her killing him, and that would have ended that. But at the same time, well, which would have been a very interesting, like, plot line to take. But I think because this was like this is one of the few popular paranormal romance books that is in Twilight, probably wouldn't have like gone off very smoothly. But I just want Dimitri to be like, not even, he doesn't even have to apologize to her, but I just want him to acknowledge the fact that all of this happened because Rose did it. Because Rose loved him, and not because it's some miracle that Alyssa happened to come upon. And if he wants to still be like, I can't be with you, like I've hurt you, then I'll be like, I get it. I understand. But I just want him to acknowledge the fact that he is here. He is able to enjoy the sun again and enjoy life again and be a guardian again. Because Rose did all that. That's just where I'm like, I get it. But at the same time, I need you to be better than this. Because Rose put everything on the line for that. I am probably going to finish the book tonight. Part of me also wants to start reading like the bloodlines, like 6 books, just because I don't want to leave this world yet, and I want Adrian to get his happy ending, because I know the spin-off is going to include Adrian and Jill and Sydney, because they were just randomly thrown in there, and I feel like they're going to have bigger roles. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah. I will keep you guys updated as I finish the book. Probably in more shorter spurts and no more B-roll. Because, you know, this is a very easy finish for me. So I'll keep y'all posted on my thoughts and what's going to happen. I just, at this point, know Adrian's going to get hurt. And I feel like he does not deserve that. It is now Monday of the next week. I finished this book a bit ago, so I'm like literally in the middle of a new book. But poor mental health. It's fucking snowing outside and it's April. I'm okay. But I finished the book the same day that I probably was giving you guys the updates. I ended up giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely kind of like out of like the most recent books I read from 3 and 4, probably my favorite is number 5 between those 3 books. I think we kind of lose a little bit of that setup a bit more. It's still setting up for a lot of things. We are definitely going to see more of Rose and Dimitri. We're seeing Rose have more of a relationship with her father. We're seeing Rose in this big political playing field as more of a puppet than she'd like. She's just becoming this kind of larger than life kind of piece to everything. We're seeing people get killed, we're seeing this, and that, and I think it's very interesting to see how Rose responds to all of this, how she reacts, because definitely within that same vein, Rose is still very impulsive, she's still very emotional, which isn't a bad thing. But since she is like supposed to be a guardian for a big political figure in the future, she does have some responsibilities to play, and I did really like how the book ended on a cliffhanger. I think probably my favorite cliffhanger out of the series, just because it does give me more excitement for the upcoming books, more. I feel a little more prepared to get into the last book, where I feel like with books 3 and 4, I was just like, well, what is this? But yeah, I definitely probably, if I have to wait until I finish the last book before I can do like a which one was my favorite out of the entire series kind of situation. But definitely a favorite out of the series so far. I think with how the plot is going, is going to be a lot of fallout and a lot of like, oh my god, the fuck is going on? But I'm very excited nonetheless. I am probably going to read the book and start reading the 6th book soon and finish that out in April and just go from there. But I really did enjoy it. That is it for this vlog. Sorry it's kind of a sparse vlog, I think. I haven't looked at all the footage yet. But it was just a weird mental health couple weeks. And with the weather, it was hailing when I got home. This has lightened down. It was hailing when I left my home, when I left my car to run up the stairs to my apartment. So, yes. But I'm very excited to see where the series goes. I can't wait to kind of see how Rose develops as a character. I am mad at Dimitri, and I really don't know how to feel about him at the moment. Like, I get it, he's traumatized, and I'm trying to be open and understanding. That's what you're supposed to do. But right now, I'm like, I just need you to acknowledge the fact that Rose is the reason you're here. She put everything on the line to bring you back. But then with that same vein, another reason why I'm not so sure on Dimitri anymore, even though I loved him, was because now Adrian's in the play, and I just adore Adrian. I think he's such like, he is like that bad boy with a soft spot, and I don't want to see him get hurt. But then I know that the spin-off series involves Adrian. So now I'm just sitting here like, do I continue on with the spin-off series? Do I read it for the sake of Adrian? Will I hate the books even more? Because sometimes spin-off series don't always turn out how you wanted them to. And I don't know if I can commit to another 6-book series and go from there. But like I said, that is it for this video. If you guys want to see more of this content, the last reading vlog of this for this series will probably be up sometime the end of April, beginning of May, and we can go from there. But until next time, hope you guys are enjoying the content I've been putting out. If you have any suggestions for books you want me to do, any read-throughs you want me to do, let me know in the comments down below, and I can see y'all then. But until then, hit like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care, and hopefully your weather is showing up more spring than mine is. Literally, my only hope for the fact that it's snowing right now is that maybe in the summertime we won't be reaching like 120 degrees. We'll be reaching maybe like a nice warm 80 or 70. Yeah. Bye.